Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tara. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Tara Woodruff, and I'm 54 years old, and I am vlogging about my life, about my way of eating, about a bunch of stuff. And today, I wanted to make a video because yesterday I made two videos. One was 40 minutes of just nonsense, so I decided to delete it. And I was like, I'll just make another video and get on track. And apparently my microphone wasn't working or something. I'm not sure what was going on. So I'm hoping that it all is well today. I just gave up. I was like, I can do this tomorrow. Today I was blessed. Um, Absolutely blessed. I got a late notification, or somebody, the gentleman that I was talking about that has the two cabins just around the corner from me, he needed to clean. And I was excited about that because I didn't have work today, and we're at the end of the month, and it's gotta happen. I got 5 days to make it happen. So I'm closer to where I was, and I really totally feel like that was just a gift from God, big time. So yesterday I wanted to talk about. I went and looked at two more places to be a cleaner for this winter or whenever. Um, and they were nice, and I would definitely enjoy them, and it would really put me in a whole different position. Um, I would actually have to try to find someone to help me because there would be days I wouldn't be able to do it all. I'm sure of it. So um, I gave him my quote, and he's thinking about it. So we'll see how that goes. He was a little shocked, which is okay. It's totally fine. Um, Quoting for short-term rentals is different than what you would quote for a regular residential clean. It's a whole different thing. Um, and your ability to be extremely flexible and available is a whole nother thing. It's a whole different thing. And in my area, as far as my experience is going so far over the past 2.5 years, is that short-term rentals are the place to be because there aren't enough people that live here year round that can afford the luxury of a regular residential clean. It's just not very many people. Um, and that's just the way my goal is to be that person as soon as I can. I would love for somebody to come into my house once a week, once every 2 weeks, and do a reset. And that would be just great. I would love that. So it's just what it is. So my goal, like I've talked about before, I don't know if you've been here before, is I live in a town surrounding a ski mountain. Um, this side of that mountain is where I want to locate my work during the season because going over the mountain is the road is really bad and it's dangerous, and I don't want to hurt my vehicle and put myself in a bad position because to go over the mountain, nobody can pay me enough to put all that at risk. If I can't have a backup plan and a second car that I could use if something happened to mine, and money in the bank to be able to take care of some sort of problem with my vehicle, then it doesn't make any sense for me to cross over the mountain in the winter. So my goal has been since I moved over here to get as much work on this side. And if I end up getting the two places from the gentleman I went and gave the quote for yesterday, plus the one I just acquired that has two places, plus my current favorite, the Maple Mountain, and the big house, that would be about all I could take on in an honest way. You know what I mean? And I'm still gonna need to find someone that can come in on a clutch. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see how that goes. That's really difficult. Generally when it's something like that, you need to have somebody that either is not working elsewhere and can drop what they're doing at the drop of a dime, basically, and run with it and do what it is I like and make it the way I need it to be. That's going to be hard. However, I have no doubt that I can do this. So I'm kind of excited about that. So we'll see about the other one. It's going to put me pretty busy over on this side anyway, as it is, which is great. And I have big goals for this winter. And that explains a lot of things, like why I'm eating a proper human diet, why I am doing exercises, why I'm like, there's a whole bunch of things that is going to help me prepare for a better winter. Last winter kicked my butt. It really, really did. And, I just came into like, whoa, something's got to give here. I am too young to be this old. You know what I mean? So here we are. Today was cool because I like New Cleans, like a place that I've never been to before. Um, and so that was pretty cool. And I did a great job. I loved it. And I enjoyed it. I took my time. I made sure I did some deep cleaning things I saw had not been done. Um, I also put in my Amazon cart a 5-inch razor blade scraper because there's more to do that needs that. But anyway, it's probably cleaner than it's ever been. I know I was at that house before the people that currently rented it, and the owner thought it was clean, and I was like, oh, I would be getting the worst review if I even thought to leave it that way. Um, Quick, eye level, sure, but there are people out there that really, it really should be as pristine as possible. So, with that being said, that's what was up today. So they actually checked out really early, and I that was good because I was able to get a head start. And I was there 4 hours, and when I got done, boy, I was tired, like really tired. And I was like, oh my goodness, I still have to go to the meat market and pick up my chuck roast. And I wanted to process my chuck roast, but I'm not going to do that today because I have that giant chicken. So I broke that down, and right now I have a leg and a thigh and a wing in the oven. And I'm going to make some sort of sauce. I don't have any heavy cream. No. Maybe I won't make any sauce. Maybe I'll just eat it plain. I put the other chicken thigh because I don't want to go anywhere. I'm done. The other chicken thigh and drumstick in the refrigerator, and the rest of the white meat and the back meat, I made up little bags, put in the freezer to like add to stuff as a garnish, like I do with pork and pot roast. And I made a little bit of chicken salad, just a little bit, with like a half a breast, a little bit of mayonnaise. I put some jalapenos in it, salt and pepper. And that'll be probably breakfast. I'm thinking I'll have that for breakfast. So tomorrow I'll process my pot roast. Or not my pot roast, my chuck roast, which makes a great pot roast, but that's not how I eat it. If you're curious about how I do that, I do have a video on how to process it. It's not the greatest video, and I don't do the best job, but it will help you have confidence that you can buy a piece of meat and turn it into several meals without having to cook it all at one time. Funny thing is like one of my favorite American dishes is a pot roast. That's up there. It's probably the best. And the first time I got a chuck roast, I did it in the Instapot, and I'm like, there is not a chance I'm going to be able to eat this every day until it's gone. So I broke it apart and put pieces up in the in the freezer, and I take that out as a garnish. I'll put it on top of a steak, or have it on the side of a steak, or on the side of a burger, or on top of a burger, um, or as a quicker snack. Something I can take out of the freezer and maybe warm up in the microwave slightly and throw it in a pan. I knew what I wanted is I want to eat red meat every day like that. I love it. I love burger meat, but I'm not there yet where I can have that every single day. So I think in this way of eating, which I'm a ketovore right now, I will eventually be a carnivore. I'm sure of it. Your taste buds kind of evolve as you go, and so the purest form is bacon, beef, butter, and salt, and eggs. Um, there's other meats to have and all that fun stuff. Steak is what I want. So started doing the chuck roast and cutting it up to several steaks. And I have literally steaks all week for every meal. And then I take one day where I'll have a burger. And then I'll have the other half of that burger for breakfast or something. Um, or I'll have chicken and just mix it up a little bit. But I am very happy with sitting down in front of a steak at every meal. Right now I'm doing two. Two meals is what I'm doing. So that's what's up. And I love it. Um, what else did I want to talk about? Well, the world is fake, I think. I think the whole world is just crazy. Earthquakes today, like everywhere. Yellowstone, Antarctica, Venezuela, Japan. Yesterday, flights were not able to land in LAX because of earthquakes. They were turning them around. There's some other place or something that, like, this is crazy. It's crazy. What? What a bunch of nonsense. Every day I hear something new that is just like, yeah, it's not real. It's really important that you uh, commune with God and create your reality, because everything else out there is just nonsense. Absolutely crazy. Um, I think that's really important to understand, and it's important to understand, like, even down to the basic relationship level, your own personal thing going on. Like, my first video that I made yesterday was like 45 minutes long or something, and I did a lot of bitching in it, which is fine. I'm going to do that, and I'm not upset about it. It just was like, why, why? It, all those things are silly that you're talking about. And basically what happened is this is how twisted you can get yourself. I got myself so in a knot over an incredibly wonderful compliment, but it wasn't the compliment that I wanted. And then I started realizing, how do I impress those people to compliment me the way I want them to compliment me? And then I said, why would I bother with that when I'm not here to impress people? I'm here to glorify God through what I do and say. It's the best I can with the limited resources I have. And if they don't translate it for themselves, other humans, the way that I am doing it, that's okay. It's totally fine. It really doesn't matter, because I know that when I when I go and clean, this is a thing. It's with the full intent to glorify God and to get His approval. And it's not to get anybody else's approval. My my business shows for itself. You know what I mean? And like the compliment that I wanted to have so badly, just made me like devil got in there and was like, and I'm like, what? Get out of here. Because then I wanted to start criticizing the people that gave me the really great compliment. It just happened to be the one I wanted. In my mind, I'm criticizing them for what? They do a great job. Absolutely wonderful. I wish they were doing it to glorify God, but I don't think they are, and that's fine. They're doing a good job, and they will get to their path in their time. It's it's not for me. I can be impressed with them, and I can feel like they're doing a good job, and I can tell them I think they're doing a good job. But my opinion of it doesn't freaking matter. Honestly, like if I disliked it and didn't want to work for them and thought they did a bad job, I would not associate myself. And that's the same for them. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't associate with me if I didn't do a good job for them. You know what I mean? It's just the I just didn't get the compliment I wanted. I got a really good one. A really good one that nobody else can pull off around here. And yet I was unsatisfied with that. God wants you to find satisfaction and to be content. So I had to do a lot of praying about it. And then I realized really quickly, thank goodness, yeah, I think that has everything to do with me getting into the Word of God every day before I do anything. That's helped me get uh, move forward faster than I used to be able to. Plus the not drinking. Like there's a whole bunch of things that have lined up to help me really understand what's happening. And as soon as I realized, wait a minute, you're not here for that anyway. And even though that's nice, why did you allow the devil or Satan to diminish the incredible compliment that you did get? Why can't you just love on that and be happy about that? Because Satan wants you to be upset. Satan wants you to pick on things. Satan wants you to cast your judgment on other people. And you're not here for that. It says all the time in the Bible, don't do it. Don't judge and don't have fear. Two big things. So um, I think that's the best way to put it instead of talking about all the specifics. When you have good graces coming from anybody else, be grateful for those good graces because that's God speaking to you, okay? And using someone else to speak to you. Don't forsake that because it wasn't what you exactly wanted to hear. And then don't get yourself in the seat of judgment and start casting stones at them. That's crazy. And I think that a lot of us would have a much better life if we really started to feel content and know that really the only judgment that we are looking for is from God. And that if you open yourself to having a relationship with Him, you'll even forgive your own father, your biological father, because God made sure He was there for you the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I mean, that reminds me of something really funny. But so that's all I wanted to talk about today. And I got to go out there and do the thing and enjoyed it and made the place beautiful. And the next guest will be very happy because it is going to be great for them. They're going to love it. Everything that I could control about their experience, I did. And that's that. Everything else is out of my control. And the judgment I may have for it is only in God's hands. So I've been getting a lot of messages, so I think I should take a look at them. And some of them are work related. I might even have to punch in. I did take 2 ibuprofen. My body hurts right now. Got chicken in the oven. Don't have any heavy cream, so I can't make sauce. That's okay. I'll get it figured out. So, anyway, I love you guys a long time, and I will catch you on the other side. I think we're at day 58. Yep, we're at day 58, and I've lost 10 pounds so far, eating a ketovore diet, keeping it under 5 net carbs a day, and doing some moderate exercises. Nothing crazy, because my job is very physical as it is, but supporting exercises to help me um, perform my job better and get the benefits of that exercise out of it. So that's what's going on there. And I'm tired. I wonder if I'm going to go to bed early. Doubt it. But maybe I'll get another miracle job tomorrow. That would be cool. That would be so cool. So I love you a long time. And I will see you on the other side. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Bye.